Getting just a little chilly in the creature cave, folks. You can tell winter is coming, as they would say in Game of Thrones. How you doing, folks? So glad you could join us here on our monster movie musings. And yes, today we've got some new indie horror for you. Now, I've watched a lot of monster horror films in my day, and I've seen a lot of different creatures made to be the villains, the vicious creatures. But I don't think I've ever seen them use the insect of Cicada. Yes, folks, that is the name of the film we are looking at today, Cicada, brought to us by writer-director David Willis, giving us the story of a group of 4 individuals who end up having to band together and survive an all-out attack by the hatching of vicious, man-eating cicadas. And as they ravage the city, we see how these 4, the scientist, a has-been Major League Baseball player, his girlfriend, and his best friend try to survive and figure out how they can take out these nasty insects. This is truly in the spirit of trauma and full moon and a bit of asylum as well. It's not intended to be a serious horror monster film. It is intended to be fun, and I think they accomplish that quite a bit in here. The spirit in here is so light, and they are aware of what type of film they're making, and they do the best with what they have. And I really enjoyed a lot of aspects of it. First off is the dynamic between our 4 characters. You've got Johnny Bash, played by Jeffrey Ryan Kent, who is this guy who just thinks he's still larger than life, is holding on to those glory days in the back of his head, hoping maybe he'll get to there again, though realistically he also knows he won't. He has a wonderful girlfriend in the name of Cindy Preston, played by Cassandra Hine, and she unfortunately has to make some choices that she doesn't care to in life in order to help both of these folks make ends meet. And we see how that kind of causes clash in the beginning. Then there's the bro to the end buddy Randy Porter, played by Bo Crawford, and I love this character quite a bit. I think he was one of my favorite characters in this film. Just this guy who's the friend, he's that friend, that just lifelong friend of Johnny Bash, and will be loyal to him no matter what. Well, almost. And then we have Mike Nielsen playing Nelson Phillips, who is the scientist, because you always need a scientist in a monster film like this. And so, I really enjoyed the dynamic between these 4 individuals, the way they played off each other. There's some running gags that are just hilarious, and everything's just a little bit cheesy, a little bit over the top on purpose. They hit all the monster film tropes, a bit exaggerated as well, and I liked that. Look for the director-writer David Willis also making a cameo as a Smelly Bob. As far as our cicadas go, there's puppet mixed with compositing and some CGI, especially when they're young cicadas. The CGI looks a bit cheesy. I did dig them using practical puppets in front of green screen, and that was a lot of fun. It had to be fun as an extra playing a cicada victim, getting hit with these puppets. You can check it out if you stayed during the credits. You can see some behind the scenes stuff, which I found very fascinating. But these cicadas are fun. They're almost adorable looking creatures, except when they're trying to shove their proboscis through the back of your head. So we're gonna hop on over now to our creature meter, our monster meter over here, and we're gonna take a look at how this thing plays out. So, first off, the makeup effects and gore. There is CGI blood in here, which I wish they hadn't done, but when we do get practical gore in here, it looked good. I liked it quite a bit. It was gooey, it was gory. We get the dissection of one of the cicadas, which is this actual puppet with the gooiness. I really enjoyed those parts of it. Very visceral and everything. Had some texture to it as well. So I give it 3 in the makeup gore effects department. As far as the monsters go, Props for using cicadas. Never would have thought about that. I'm glad they didn't go all CGI with them. I was kind of worried about it in the beginning, but the fact that they have puppets on strings and such, I give them mad props therefore, and the explanation for them and why they are the way they are. While it is very non-complicated, I did enjoy the fact that it wasn't too overly complicated. So yeah, the monsters in here as well. They get a 3 from me in this as well for that. And then as far as the mayhem goes, I gotta give it a 4. Holy wow. I did not expect so much cicada action in an indie micro-budget film like this. I really didn't. And so, I mean, it is constant. They at least give you that feeling of a threat throughout the film, which some films like this don't do. So the fact that they were able to do that, I give them props as well. So you got 3, 3, and 4, which comes out to a 10. Yes, the monster rating overall, a 10 in my book. If you like cheesy indie horror comedy that doesn't take itself too seriously, and if you can look past some of the micro-budget aesthetics, Johnny Bash felt like a lot of his lines were ADR'd. Yeah, I think there's a lot of fun to be had here with Cicada. So there you have it, folks. Thank you so much for listening to me ramble. Make sure you check out all the other great stuff on Monsters, Madness, and Magic here on the YouTube channel as well as on the website. A lot of great stuff there. And if you're ever curious, I do have a YouTube channel as well. You can check it out, Special Mark Productions. Thank you so much again, and then we'll just say a good night, everyone.